Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you and you are watching the replay on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. And if you are not subscribed yet to my YouTube channel and you're watching here on my Facebook, make sure you swing by my YouTube channel and get yourself subscribed. So we're going to dive into this week's energy, what we have going on, what you can expect, and how can we best navigate this week. Before we dive into that, I do want to highlight that over on my membership site at claritybychristy.com, I'll make sure I put the link below, that I now have my October energy session up. I also have the October full month reading up. So that is available to the people on my membership. It's $9.99 a month. I'm constantly adding new content to that. So if that speaks to you, make sure you swing by and get yourself subscribed to that. So we're going to dive into the energy. And first of all, I just want to acknowledge that it's a lot. Some of you saw, who are on my Facebook, that I posted yesterday that I am just going to take a little break from social media. Obviously, I'm on Facebook to do this video, but it's going to be very minimal this week just because, well, the energy has felt overwhelming in so many ways. And I think that it's really important that we're taking a look at what it is that we're needing for our own healing, right? This period, this whole year really, but this period right now especially is so much about our healing. And I think that it's so important for us to be asking ourselves, what is it that I need to heal? What is it that I need to move forward? What is it that I need to bring myself into balance? And for me, that looks like pulling my energy in a little bit. I love to connect with people. I love to work with people, but there was a lot that for me was stirring up my energy. And this is a time, we're in Mercury Retrograde, right? This is a time where there are a lot of triggers. So you're going to find yourself being triggered by things. We are in Mercury Retrograde until October 18th, and then we'll have a little bit of that shadow period afterwards. But this is a time that people tend to not look forward to very much. It can be challenging. It can be the deep, hard, introspective shadow work. And specifically this time around, we are, I feel like relationships are especially highlighted for all of us, right? Whether that's, that doesn't have to be romantic relationships, but any relationships, any connections in our life. And what is it that we really want, right? But I think it starts with that introspection. It starts with that taking that time in that space, or whatever it is that you need to connect with your soul, and just to listen, just to pay attention. Because I think what's being shown to us, especially this week, is, are you sure that's what you really want? Okay, whether that's, I feel like specifically within relationships, but I feel like in so many areas of our life, in our work, in just our lives in general, it's this opportunity to take a look at things and say, what feels like it's in alignment for me and what doesn't feel like it's in alignment for you. And the thing is that things that had felt in alignment for you even a year ago or even a month ago might no longer feel in alignment for you. We change. We have been rapidly changing, rapidly ascending, rapidly working on ourselves. And so when you're doing the work, like so many of us have been, things change. Things look different, and we start to explore what it is that we really want. And again, that can change. So it may not look the same as it did even last week. Who knows? There's a lot of things being highlighted. And I think specifically what's being highlighted for us is where we are maybe settling for less than we deserve, or we are doing something to please someone else, or other people, or because we feel obligated to do them. How many things in our lives are we doing that we don't really want to be doing, but we are obligated to do them, right? So paying attention to that. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be helpful, or we shouldn't do things for other people. I talk about being of service all the time, right? But if something is hitting against your soul, or the vision for your soul, or your peace or your joy, it becomes too much. So I think it's important to take a look at, like, where are we putting our energy that we should not continue to put our energy into, and where do we need to take a look at where we are settling. And also, we also want to take a look at ourselves. Where do I need to do better? Where do I need to maybe make some apologies, or make some changes in the way that I'm handling things? That's being highlighted for us too. Again, especially in regard to relationships. Where can I do better? How can I be better? How can I set better boundaries for myself? So all of this is happening. And if you guys, by the way, didn't check out my video last week, I explained Mercury retrograde in a little bit more detail. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but this is also a period of time where we tend to be challenged with communication. So you want to make sure that when you are trying to communicate these things that are coming up for you, that you're also doing that with love, that you're taking your time. I mean, if you don't believe in Mercury retrograde, which can lead to challenges in communications and technology, well, like we saw that Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, I think, were shut down yesterday for a long time. And I got a lot of jokes about that, by the way, because yesterday morning I was posting about how I was taking a break from Facebook, and so I got all kinds of messages from people all day asking me, saying that it was quite a coincidence that the internet shut down with that. But anyway, I thought that was really funny. So taking a look at all that, and we have tomorrow, so October 6th, we have this new moon happening for us. And new moons for me are about an opportunity to bring in fresh energy into your life, to set new intentions, I feel specifically like this time is about revising the vision that you have for yourself. So looking at what you've been manifesting in your life, and is this even what I really want? And doing that, looking really deep down, because in so many ways we are maybe lying to ourselves, not being honest with ourselves, right? Doing things just because they pay the bills, or doing things just to make other people happy, that kind of stuff, right? Where are you, or I do want to say, like, doing things because we feel comfortable. It's what we're used to, right? I think that's the biggest one. So where do you need to step outside of your comfort zone, even if, again, that feels uncomfortable, even if that feels really hard. I mean, a lot is going to feel uncomfortable right now, right? Because we are in this energy, but it's an opportunity to revise the vision and to get really clear on what it is that you really want. And again, specifically around relationships, really taking a look at, where am I just repeating patterns? Where am I just repeating cycles and exhausting myself and depleting myself and giving too much of myself, or settling for less than I deserve? And how do I begin the process of changing that? What do I need to do to change that? And what do I want to call into my experience? What do I want to call into my life? What would be the ideal connections, relationships, job, situations in my life that I want to call in? So I think that that's really important. How can my relationships be healthier? And what changes do I need to make to bring me there? I do feel like there's an energy, a really nice energy, especially tomorrow, of reconnections. So you may find that, and we've had this come up several times, but we are in Mercury retrograde, right? Where maybe we're reconnecting with an old friendship or even an old relationship. Retrograde is a time when past relationships can kind of circle back around it, and in an attempt to heal certain things, or even sometimes there is a re-exploring of that relationship. But I also feel like for those of you who are in a relationship, there is an opportunity for things to shift, for things to grow, and to bring a renewed energy within that relationship. So allow this process to happen. It's not easy. It can feel heavy, but I think it's going to help us in so many ways to lighten up our life. And I do think, like, as we're getting toward the end of October, that will feel quite a bit lighter as we have some of these other planets, especially Mercury, coming out of retrograde on the 18th. I think that this is an important time too for connection, you know? So if you are feeling called to just reach out and tell someone that you love them, to tell someone that you care about them, to tell somebody that you're thinking about them, to maybe you just like want to connect with somebody, but you know, get busy and you get caught up and you don't make that connection. This is a really important time for us to do that, to honor that. So making sure that we are honoring those connections that are important to us. And if you are recognizing that a certain connection or connections are important to you, it's important that we're trying to communicate that during this week. I think that is really, really key for our own healing and for that healing within our connections. I also got the message that we are receiving a lot of solar plexus healing. And I'm seeing this a lot with the clients that I'm working with right now too. We're receiving a lot of solar plexus healing. So you actually might feel like this week that your stomach feels a little off or funny or fluttery or something. I know, like, it's felt that way for me. And our solar plexus is being worked on because it's helping us to embrace a new level of confidence, a new level of feeling energized, and we're just like really getting a clearing in that area. So you may feel that, and so if you're feeling that, chances are that is what's happening, or you might even see a lot of like yellow light around you in your meditations, or however you experience that, right? But definitely there's that. And we are more connected right now to our intuition. Through October, there is a much thinner veil. So you may find that you're much more intuitive, that you're much more connected to the universe, much more connected to other people on an energetic level. Honor that. Pay attention to that. You're probably receiving so many intuitive messages, and your job is to listen, to honor them. I will tell you that a lot of times intuition doesn't always align with what feels logical, but I always say that if you have to choose between logic and intuition, if your intuition is showing you the way, ideally it's great to find a really nice balance between the two, but honor that intuition. Your intuition is so important. So let's see, what else did I want to talk about? So last thing before we dive into the cards, I did want to just share my dream. I've had kind of this recurring dream the past week, because pay attention to your dreams. We are really connecting with our intuition so much more. Like I said, the veil is quite thin right now. So pay attention to your dreams. But I keep having this reoccurring dream where I'm in this space with my guides, with my angels, with God and Goddess, like sitting in thrones next to each other, representing God and Goddess, and these other light beings that are around, but they're kind of calling me to the carpet, and they're saying, listen, we need you to stop worrying. We need you to trust us. I mean, I get that message over and over and over again. I share that message with you guys a lot, right? But it's like, we need you to trust it. We need you to watch for the signs and the synchronicities, and we need you to really just allow yourself to flow with this. But I was also shown in that dream that I needed to share that with all of you. So if things are not looking so great and fantastic on the surface, understand that there's a whole lot that's happening under the surface to help support you. Watch for the signs. Watch for the synchronicities. I have this special thing with blue jays, and they have a very specific meaning to me. And I have had like blue jays practically landing on me every place I go. Every time I walk outside. It's absolutely insane. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities we're always being shown. And that's what this moon card is about, right? Is work being done behind the scenes. We're being supported behind the scenes, and this is so important. We also have this moon, and I feel like this moon is about shining the light in the darkness, right? Helping us to see things that maybe we didn't see before, helping us to see areas that we need to heal, helping us to see what we need to understand about people and circumstances, and what we deserve and what we want. And so pay attention to what's coming through. Notice what's coming through, but this is also a message about paying attention to your dreams as well. We have the Two of Swords in reverse, okay? So there's maybe some difficulty right now in making decisions. I feel like with this retrograde, we're maybe a little cloudy. We are getting a lot of intuitive messages, but you may also feel like it's difficult to make decisions or to move forward. You might feel kind of stuck. We have 6 planets in retrograde right now. It feels very stuck in the mud kind of energy right now, okay? So you don't have to make a decision right away is what I feel like this is saying. Take your time and really feel it out. And again, ideally, we want you to make that decision from that intuitive place and really honor that. We have the Emperor card in reverse. This is about relinquishing control, okay? Quite frankly, shit just is not going to make sense right now. And you might think that things are going one way. I don't know about you guys. Yesterday was Monday. That was a crazy, emotional, energy all over the place day, right? It just did not make sense. But it does make sense on a higher level. It does make sense to the divine, to our guides, to those energies that can see the bigger picture here, okay? So we need to trust that. We need to honor that. We need to understand that we're always being supported, we're always being guided, even if everything around us seems kind of crazy and chaotic and doesn't make sense. Jen loves it when I say energy. I love you. Hi, I'm glad to see you on here. So yeah, we want to relinquish control. We want to surrender as much as we possibly can. Believe me, this has been hard for me this week. And it's important though that we honor and we trust it, because that, the divine is always going to know what's best for us so much better than we know. And so sometimes when we don't surrender, when we don't trust, we actually can block the progress that's wanting to happen. So let it go, let it flow. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is about being mindful of, even though this is a challenging energy, not to shut the heart down, not to protect yourself too much. This is a really good time to be vulnerable. This is a really good time for you to ask for what you need, to communicate what you need to communicate. And again, you want to communicate that with love. You want to communicate that carefully, because communication is hard right now, but there's so much healing that's happening right now. And this healing comes, I feel like, through that expression, through that communication, through that just being open, even open to receiving, open to listening, opening to hearing, open to honoring your intuition. So we don't want to shut that down too much. We have the Page and the Fool card coming out together. The Page of Swords, Fool card coming out together. So this is a very youthful energy, right? This is a very young energy. This is a very fresh energy. And I feel like this is like this new moon energy, where it's like, even though things feel very heavy right now, there are new opportunities here. There are opportunities to revise the vision. There are opportunities to begin a new journey with this Fool card. But the Fool is called the Fool because the Fool just simply trusts that when he walks off this cliff, when she walks off this cliff, that she will be supported. And so she is walking in the direction of a new journey and trusting that she will be held and supported along the way. And this Page of Swords is about a burst of inspiration, a new idea, an idea about, I need to communicate this, or I need to start this, or I need to do this. But it's a leap of faith that's the beginning of something new that we are feeling called to at least explore here right now, and maybe take action on if that feels aligned and right for you. The last card that we have here is the Ace of Cups in reverse. And this for me is all about evaluating the connections and the relationships in our lives, and what aligns for us, like I was saying earlier, and what no longer aligns for us, and where are we at, and what do we deserve, and what are we now calling into our experience. And it's really beautiful when we understand that, because we then begin to call in those kind of experiences that match with the vision of what we're looking for. So allow these questions, allow yourself to process all of this. It may be highlighted in ways that are uncomfortable, but it is very much for our highest and best good. And make sure you guys set your intentions with the new moon tomorrow. All right, guys, take care. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I won't see you much on Facebook this week. I will have this up on my YouTube channel as well, and I will see you soon up on here. All right, take care. Bye.